So you guys, this is Dr. Sadie, and Sadie is going to share with you today what she's gotten out of working with Staffless Practice. Sadie, who are you? Where are you? What do you do in this world?
Oh, that's a great question. And there's a lot of answers to it because I'm a person that wears a lot of different hats and I do a lot of different things. But in our professional world, in this chiropractic space, there's two main things that I do. One of them is that I own my own practice. It's called Three Pillars Health. And I work with patients to tailor really specific care plans that deal with their physical, emotional, and chemical health. It's a super rewarding practice. It's exactly what I've wanted it to be, but it's small and Jody's helping me grow it, which is fantastic. And then the other thing that I do in this chiropractic world is that I'm an instructor at Logan University and I get to shape the minds and the skills of the young ones in our profession. So it's been a pretty fantastic journey, and Jody's really helped me blend the two of them together and see them as being synergistic instead of oppositional.
Dr. Sadie started with us with one of our programs, and then we went into one-on-one coaching we've been one-on-one coaching for a while. And I mean, every time I'm with a client who I'm doing intensive work with, I get just as much out of it as you do. I get so many new ideas and ahas because this is definitely a work in progress. So tell us about Honey to Be. That's a great example of something that I fell down, I got back up, I figured out a system, and here you go, Dr. Sadie, go do it for your community.
Yeah, totally. And I think we should even rewind a tiny bit at how we arrived at Honey to Be, because one of the things that I love about working with you and your program is it's kind of like a rapid fire succession of here's an idea. How's that feel for you? Okay, here's an idea. How's that feel for you? And it had to be an organic thing that felt right. And so Honey to Be was that for me. I like getting together with groups of people. I like hosting things. I feel in my element in that situation. And so you're like, there it is. There it is. And so it was really great because it was a concept, but it was more than a concept. It like rang for the two of us. We're like, this is the one. And then rather than just say, okay, that's it, have so much fun, you handed me a step-by-step guide that said, here's what you do, here's the time that's going to take you to do it, here's when you need to have it done by. And so my event is in 2 days from now. I have zero stress about it because it's just all I did was follow this little plan and everything is coming together. And I'm like, normally somebody would be a little bit anxious about hosting an event, but it's just not going to be hard because I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I've talked to somebody who's done it before, and it's just going to be like a plug and play kind of a situation.
So for those of you who don't know, Honey to Be Networking is it actually originated from an idea that my dear friend Pam Jarbeau, I think it was Pam who originally gave me the idea of just have a bunch of practitioners come to your office. But then I gave it this Honey to Be theme, kind of like a poo style theme, where the idea is bees are so feared, and they're these tiny little insects that bring us the most nutrient dense sweet nectar, right? But we fear them, but the product that they give us is so beautiful. So Honey to Be is a networking event where you invite the people who are already serving your perfect practice members into your office, and you host an evening or an afternoon, and it can be a fundraiser, and there are all kinds of ways. But it's an example of one of the things that I have used over and over to build my practice over the years. And it's one of the fun things that we see Honey to Bees all over the world, for that matter. So is there anything else that you wanted to mention as far as the work that we've done and what you've gotten out of working with us that you just want people to know about?
I do. So I would say that we always have these ideas of how we think things are supposed to go and how they're supposed to play out. And I'm a planner, and so I went into our time together with like you guys, I emailed these to Jody like 3 days before our first session, and I was like, please review these and give me feedback. Like, that's who I am. So I had this list of exactly what I wanted to get out of our coaching, and I was really clear about it. And I would say that Jody respected those. She minded those 100%. But even more so, what happened was she made me realize that that wasn't really what I wanted. And that I had to look a little bit deeper as to what was going on and what was the motivation behind those goals. And I actually thought that I knew that. I thought that I had a really good gauge on why I wanted X number of patients and X number of dollars. But the reality was, when she would start asking me questions, I just didn't have like a solid foundation as to why. And what we realized was that I had different things that motivated me. And so we restructured our goals, and it was a really beautiful process. So I'm really, really grateful for that, because I would, if you would have asked me 6 months ago what my professional life looks like, I would not say that it is what it is now.
It's
And
really
this is,
changed a lot,
I feel
Sadie.
so good about where I'm at right now. So I would say go into it, have an idea, but have a really open mind as well.
I love the natural progression of when we both know that it's time to put coaching on pause. You're
Mhm.
good. You've got
Yeah.
and then we can always pick up again in the future. And I really love having that flexibility. I used to do like it's a year long, and it doesn't resonate with me anymore. I try to hold a lot more flexibility around, especially my one-on-one clients. So here's my next and final question. If somebody came to you, a doctor of chiropractic or physical therapy or whatever their practice was, and they said, I'm really considering working with Jody. I'm on the fence. I'm not really sure what to do. What would you say to them?
So what I would say to them is, you already know the answer. So you really have to reflect on what it is that you are looking for. And Jody wouldn't be put in front of you if you guys weren't already vibing together. You wouldn't already be thinking about working with Jody if that wasn't what the universe was already presenting to you. So I'm a huge believer in, we get exactly what we ask for. We meet the people we're supposed to meet when we're supposed to meet them. So the reality is, open that line of communication. Maybe you guys decide to work with each other in a couple months from now. Maybe Jody has you get on board with one of her programs so you get familiar, and then you go into it that way. There are so many different ways to access this information, and there is one of them that is the right fit for you. There's no way that you will not get something out of it. So contact the team, talk to them about what you're looking for. They will find something that is the right fit for you. I promise. I promise. Scouts on.
I'm tears. Thank you, Sadie.